And Jean has very kindly is handing over the awards, so there'll be a photo opportunity for those of you who've got certificates or awards coming. We have an assistant at that end who's going to bring things up as we go. And just to say, it's our delight. This is the first Wales and South West Midwifery Festival Awards that we've had. And they're a real celebration of achievement, of effort, change, innovation. And Jean's just been highlighting how innovative you guys are. And I think when the judges were looking at the award submissions, I think that was very clear. And there's a high level of management and insight and things that are really necessary to sustain our proud profession of midwifery and improve our maternity services. These awards are a way of recognising individuals, teams, managers and educators and anyone who really values excellence and makes improvements. So we have 5 awards today and individual teams and people to recognise. And the first one should come up any second is the MMF Innovation Award. There we are. And I've got a little quote, and I think it was said this morning that one of the leaders of Ipso Mori published a book on perception earlier this month, and where he said it took 5 good news stories to counter 1 negative story. And that's quite an achievement, because we know from all the things that have been said this morning that maternity is quite high profile at the moment, but there are a lot of negative stories out there, so we have to work quite hard to balance that out. And there are some voices from the winner's contributions, so the winner of this award. For example, one thing that was said, women wanted to hear positive stories from other women and recognise that within the media they were experiencing a lot of negative messages around birth. One woman said, it took a friend to remind me that amongst the horror stories that there are always positive ones, and they're the ones we should be sharing more often. It isn't boastful or conceited, it's our story. The aim of this innovation was to help women feel excited, positive and calm about their anticipated birth experience. The aim is also to inspire and encourage midwives to listen to what women consider to be important and what they really want. And finally, one woman said, that magical moment just can't be described in words. So with the lights dimmed and it seeming like we were the only ones in the hospital, me, our midwife, I love that, our midwife, and my husband started working through labour. It felt as organic as possible. And the winner, who has developed a book called Your Birth, A Collection of Stories from Midwifery-Led Areas, which is very apt from what you were saying, is Emma Mills, Clinical Research Midwife and Urin Bevan University Health Board. Congratulations, Emma. There she is. Well then, Louise will have to come forward.
We'll get an official copy afterwards.
Oh, good.
Thank you so much. And I'll give you that.
There.
Any photos?
And say cheese.
Cheese.
Or should say whiskey. Okay, so we probably need another certificate to go with that then, don't we? As together.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Yeah, very well done.
Wonderful. Okay. So the next one, I've got shivers down my spine now. Okay, now the next one is the MMF Team Award. And I think you must like working in teams in Wales, because we had a lot of submissions and it was really, really hard guiding this. And we ended up with having 2 commendations and 1 winner. So the first commendation, and this is for the work on interprofessional education, the introduction of interprofessional student obstetric emergency sessions, that's a tongue twister, and the specific use of simulation within clinical education. And the winners are the interprofessional maternity teaching team from, oh no, I can't say this word. ABMU. That's nice and easy. Well done, Susie Rees and your colleagues. So you have a certificate, wherever they are. Are they here? So you get a lovely certificate in a golden envelope, which can be put on the wall of wherever you want to put it.
Thank you very much.
And say, you should say whiskey. Excellent, well done. Okay. And the next award, or the commended, was providing specialist maternity care and support within specific areas of social deprivation. It's a challenge for all services, especially with isolated groups, including substance misuse, asylum seekers, perinatal mental and safeguarding challenges. And this commendation is for the work that was done to reduce the impact of inequalities, maternal and neonatal health care. And the winner team is the Elan team from Cardiff and Vale. So congratulations to Sarah James and her colleagues, wherever they are. Fabulous.
Thank you very much.
You have to do your cheese or your whiskey, whichever. Well done.
Well done.
And this was difficult. And now the winners of the team award are delivering a very different kind of education. They've built teams with lecturers with dual contracts. They've got strong partnerships with midwifery mentors. They've got learning alongside physios, radiographers, operating departments, officers and medical students. Third-year midwifery students teach second-year medical students normal birth skills. More of that, please. That's great. They weave resilience and art of midwifery workshop into the programs and alongside the clinical. 50% of their midwifery students undertake a placement abroad, and that's a lot of work to be setting up, I have to say. And they have the prestigious designation as the WHO Collaborating Centre for Midwifery Development. And you might have worked this out. This is the BMid at Cardiff, Bachelor of Midwifery at Cardiff University team. So well done. It's not just one person, it's a team.
Come on, team. Where's the rest of the team?
They must be they must be very shy. This is a very common trait in midwives, shyness. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Well done. Fantastic, fantastic. Whew. No, we're not finished yet. We've got more. We've got the Student Award next. Now, we only made one award in this category, and this is an award that is sometimes given to a student who's near the end of a qualification or even at the beginning, and I believe this student is probably almost a midwife or a midwife. She's done a lot, just not having just been a student midwife. She's been raising funds for a baby memorial garden, and she managed to climb a mountain in the Brecon Beacons to do so. She's worked to raise awareness of stroke in pregnancy, organising an event and using social media to share with other midwifery students via Facebook. She's got a background in counselling, and then before that, going on the course, she had a strong interest in the most difficult challenge of being a bereavement midwife. And she has also had a role in organising the All Wales Student Midwife and Midwifery Society Conference in May in University of South Wales. And the winner is Bethan Jones, University of South Wales. Well done. Fantastic, fantastic. Fabulous.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Are you qualified? Yeah.
She's qualified.
New midwife. New midwife. Even better. And finally, and this is a lovely award to be able to be given, it's the Management Award, Midwifery Management Award. And I say that because I think managers have a hard job. And sometimes we don't always acknowledge the work they have to do and the hassle they get from up there as well as down there. So we need to look after our managers, because good managers are a joy and they make our lives much easier. And our final award today is for midwifery management, and this has been a challenging time. The winner of the award has been nominated actually by a nurse who's someone who experienced this person's management and thought those management skills were first class, and she really feels it saved her career and her well-being itself. And some of the things she said were about the time she was working with this person was every member of the staff was caring, compassionate and extremely professional in the care provided. I got the impression that each person really enjoyed their role as well as their working relationships. There were seamless staff changes and a great sense of teamwork between staff. The stay. Couldn't stress or highlight enough how fantastic every member of staff has been. Helpful, kind, empathetic, polite, just a few words to describe them. We've been in for a week, this is from a patient, and cannot count the staff. They've gone out of their way to make us as comfortable as they can. And it takes great management, and great management is wonderful. So this is a real celebration. The winner is Suzanne Hardacre, Head of Midwifery and Senior Nurse, University Hospital of Wales. Yes. Well done.
How do I stand?
Turn around.
Don't know, you have to have the picture. The picture. It's all on camera. Wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Well done. Thank you very much. And for those of you who've got the beautiful glass awards, there are little boxes to take them home. So you don't have to immediately put them on your mantelpieces. You can have a safe box. They'll be on the side there. I also have prize winners. Right. This is a wonderful job, this one. And this is for a F-Nate teddy bear, pin badge and stickers from Nate Baby. And it's Jade England who's won that one. Is she here? Is she excited? The Dogs Trust Tea goodie bag, Shapler Yasmin. Oh, good. A Simba tartan scarf. Oh, that sounds very ready to go to Scotland, that does. Louise Ellis. And a year's subscription to Midwifery Digest. Oh, Samantha Perry. Oh, very nice. You all need to go to the exhibition stands to get your prizes. £50 Amazon voucher from Limbs and Things, Anastasia Allen, Corn Milo. Yeah? That's another lovely one. 1 year's free online subscription to the Practicing Midwife, Fionn Williams. Yeah, well done. Ultraflow Entonox Demand Valve Starter Kit from BPR Medical. Thank you. Thank you. Is Rebecca Morris. Bilingual books and resources for preschool children from Simrag for kids. Kimran. Sorry, my Welsh is non-existent, you can see. And that's Sam Moyer. Prosecco, good one. K2 Medical Systems, that's Claire Lewis. Is she here? We'll have yours, don't worry. £50 John Lewis voucher, Improve Well, is Sophie May Davis. Huntley is Helen S. Howan. Practicing Midwife subscriber, Amy Baldwin. That's pretty good. That's the prizes for now. There's no more for now. Sorry? Another prize? Yes, there should have been I don't know where that is. There might be another prize. There's another prize, but I don't know where it is. I have to find that one out. Anyway, now I think that'll be found out while I'm talking in a second. And just to say, Sheena's 10-minute tantaliser in the captain's suite and Kathy's Ashwin's 10-minute tantalisers in the chairman's suite. So that's not quite yet. So we're finding out where the final prizes are. There's more prizes. Can someone alert Karen, please? Yeah, okay, that's in-house. Anyway, okay. Now my little role at the moment, because we're slightly, no, I wouldn't say upside down, slightly upside down. Hopefully that'll work. I'm giving out the bouquets before the end of the day, because usually you get bouquets. And because you're all travelling, you can't take bouquets, so you're just going to get a virtual one with a bottle of champagne on the side, okay. Sorry. So to all our speakers, and those are the ones in the plenaries and the concurrents, and the ones yet to come, big thank you and a big virtual bouquet for them. Okay. A round of applause will do. Okay. For the exhibitors who've made it possible for you all to come free, a little bouquet for them. For our team at the back who keep everything going, and we know what happens if they're not there and the microphone doesn't work, the AV support, thank you for them. And for you participants, you've been fantastic. You've asked some fantastic questions, some more question time to come, so a bouquet for you. And of course our tantalisers who just give us those snippets of information to give us a little bit of energy, knowledge in energy, that's what it is. And of course our award winners and the commended who were all fantastic. So a bouquet for all the way around. Oh, they get special twin. These are all our exhibitors. Just to say thank you to all of them for coming to give their information. If you haven't been to any of them or you've missed one or two, there's a chance over tea to go back and get any more information. Fill up your goodie bags as much as you can with pens to take back with you. Now you might be thinking about certificates. I know midwives love a certificate. I do myself. You need to complete an evaluation in order to get one, and then the team will match up that you've attended, and then you'll get an electronic certificate sent to you, okay? So you don't have to worry about collecting bits of paper. And when you do your evaluation and when you get your certificate, start thinking revalidation, because though you only have to do it every 3 years, I believe, it comes around quite quickly, and for the students among you, you need to get into the habit of doing a bit of a reflection after each study day, after each conference, after each learning event. So it just becomes part of what you do. So even if you're in the clinical area, I don't know, catching a baby, you automatically go into, how could I have done this better? What made this good for this woman? How's her husband? We now know from this morning. So you become a kind of learning all the time on the job to make it even better for you and for the mothers and babies we serve. And I'm showing you that because that's what you get when you go onto the NMC website, and it's very important for you to do these things. They only give you a page for each event, but you can put more if you like. But it's really important, I would say, to do this as soon as you can after the event. If you decide about 2 years in 2 years' time, oh, I went to a really good festival in Cardiff, 2018. Now, what did we do? What do we think about? And then you'll scrabble about. You might find a scrap of paper somewhere with a few scribbles on. It's all lost. Whereas if tonight you think, what was the best thing about today? What were the key learning things that I got out of today that I want to take and share with my colleagues? And share something next week or tomorrow with your colleagues. It cements it in your brain and you'll remember things better. Like even, like thinking about the speakers this morning and Amy and her language thing and her breastfeeding. And is breast best? So next time somebody says, well, breast is best, you'll be thinking, well, that's not right. That's not what Amy said. You get into that, and you can put that in your revalidation reflection sheet. Think about if you've missed things today, and you won't miss anything because you get your boxed set. It doesn't come in a little box, but it does come in an electronic box in that it will be sent to you as a link. You can access everything. And even things you've seen, you might have missed a little snippet of it, you can go back and review and just jot down in your notes. And you can share them with your colleagues. And if you went to a really good concurrent session and you think that's really relevant for my unit and I want to share this with my colleagues and maybe have a debate about it, you could do that as a little group of you. You can just access the computer, go in and have a little bit of an argument over tea. You might need to take some cakes with you just to flatten it out, but that's fine. And then you could write that up within your NMC revalidation. You see, I'm full of good ideas for this lovely revalidation experience, and you'll all get through nicely without any fuss. Now, if you're enjoying today, there's plenty others. There's another one in Scotland in end of November, 28th of November. And there'll be 5 next year, so it'll be in February in London. April, I think, is Birmingham, or is it Leicester? And then Manchester. And then I think we might be coming back to Wales. I just think so. And then Scotland again. So you can, you could have a weekend away at the same time, maybe. Plan it around that. Or you might like to, if you're doing some work at the moment, if you're doing some study, you might want to come and share with your midwives or other midwives what you're doing. You might like to do a poster. You might think your work is so important, you'd like to be one of the first on the stand in the morning, and you just need to put a submission in. And that we put out information about how to put yourself forward. And don't be too shy. I know midwives are a modest lot. And I mean that sincerely, because I think we're fantastic. I know we're fantastic, but we often don't. We're so busy doing the job, we don't get up and say, I'm fantastic. And I think we need to do a bit more of that. And if you aren't doing anything, you'll know a woman or a man who does, or is. So maybe that person could come and do a speech. Okay. So keep an eye on the website as well for any further dates. So these are the middle words. And I just say another thank you to all the speakers who've spoken, those yet to speak. Loads of thought. My brain's sort of spinning around a little bit there. Congratulations to all of those who've put forward for awards. It's fantastic that we've got such a chunk of innovation and excitement in Wales. It's fantastic. It's really good. And Neil Stewart, and this on behalf of Neil Stewart, would like to especially thank their media partner, the Practising Midwife. The delegate bags, as you know, were from Philip Southend. And thank you to you all. So do remember to do your evaluation, because then you'll get your certificate. If you have any ideas for things you'd like to see next year in Wales, put it on the evaluation. We can consider it there. Okay.